Folks, today you will be enlightened, okay? Enlightened is a fancy way of saying that your mind will be blown and you will be a better person for it afterwards because you'll be so much smarter. Okay, how are you going to be enlightened? I will tell you. We're going to focus today on one single word, but it's one word that is pretty tricky to spell. You know a lot about it, but many of you don't know how to spell it. Okay. To do that, I'm going to ask you some other questions first to kind of get your brain ready for it. Here's number one, okay? When you're adding a suffix to a word that ends with Y, for example, happy or carry, okay? Sometimes you're going to have to change that Y to a different letter. For number one, put the letter that you change the Y to when you're adding one of those suffixes, okay? From happy to happiness, carry to carried, okay? Happy to happier. Change the Y to, put that number one. Number two, okay? Now we're going to get closer to the actual word we're working with. I have a question. You're just going to put a number here. How many syllables are in the word family, okay? The reason I'm asking is sometimes people kind of just say it, family, but the way it's written and the way it's actually pronounced is different. Family, family. Okay, so if you hear the way I'm saying it, family, put for number two the number of syllables in family. Number three, I want you to spell the word family. Okay, so number three, spell the word family. All right, pause the video while you spell that if you need to. And that gets us to our tricky word. That word is familiar, okay? I bet many of you have never thought about that the word family and the word familiar are related, okay? But they are. When you're familiar with something, it means you know it very well. You can understand it. It's something you're close to. Well, who are you closer to, or do you know better than your family? Nobody. Okay, so that's what that word means. It's something is like family because you get it, you know it so well. So in the word familiar, you hear that sound in the first chunk, right? Familiar. Okay, that is what we call the schwa, right? Even though it says guess what? It's not a U. It's the same vowel as we had that came at the beginning of family, so that should be easy. Okay, so, and then near the end, we take family to familiar. You change the Y to the thing you put for number one. And then one last tricky part. It ends with AR, okay? So after you change the Y to that mystery letter that I hope you know, you're going to add AR, and you'll have gone from family to familiar. So that's what you're going to put the actual word familiar in number 4. And for number 5, I would like you to put what you think the answer could be or should be to this joke. Who's the person who brings kittens for Christmas? The person who brings kittens for Christmas. Put that number 5. Bye-bye.